All right, and we are back to part 2 of episode 2 of that Washington Sound Coyote Canyon. So let's bring ourselves back to this.
My friends kept making fun of my awful breath. I would brush and clean and be at my wit's end. But no more of that. Now I reach for Ava Mint Chip Gum. With its mint chloride crystals, it both cleans and leaves my mouth smelling minty fresh.
Hey Alice. Boy, you sure do smell great.
That's right. Thanks to Ava Mint Chip Gum.
Ryan, you and Colt have made it back to the town proper. Having lightly jogged all the way back, you've learned a couple things about Colt himself. He tends to canter, even though he is in the form of a pigeon. Technically, he's a quail, but as an anthropomorphized human quail, he tends to do that weird joggy trot looking thing. He does that a lot, and because of that, he drops his head a lot.
Okay.
So every once in a while, it's slowed you down a little bit, having to double back and pick up his head, put it back on, and he canters for a little while, and then his head falls back off. It's a pain.
Okay, he's a powerful ally.
You get to the sign that is the entrance to Coyote Canyon, and from there it's a short jog over to the funicular. The funicular itself, which is a kind of cable car that goes through the different tiers of the town. Right now, as you approach the station, it is still operational. Lights are still on. But as you get into the station with Colt, you notice that the majority of workers here are all asleep. But the car's still running.
Well, I guess going into town, I've been very cautious to look around at the community, and everywhere I go, it's either empty or asleep, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I am not looking this gift horse in the mouth because I don't want people freaking out over Colt. So I'm just all right, I guess.
All right. Do we go in that thing?
Yeah, we go in this thing.
All right. As he kind of canters up to the car as it's pulling into the station, it stops and the doors slide open. Inside of the car itself, it's empty. There's no one inside. And then as the two of you board, you hear the operation say going up, and the doors close, and it proceeds to go up towards the middle part of the town. As the car is slowly sliding upwards, looking through the windows, you see the general lights of the city are all on, and then there's a flash, and a section of the city just goes dark.
But we're still moving?
Yep.
Oh man, those evil spirits are everywhere.
I can feel them being evil.
Alright. As soon as we get out of this cart, let's rush over.
Okay. The copper car gets to the second station, and the doors slide open. Here, there's even more people just asleep in different places. Not on the floor or anything like that. It looks like mostly the workers. People that would normally ride on here don't seem to be asleep. They just aren't here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So as you exit the copper car and start making your way towards the center of town where the museum is at, I need you to roll brains for me. Ooh. Oof. So that's an automatic adversity token.
Mm-hmm.
as you continue to go towards town proper, you get to the middle town square area, and everything's out. All the lights are off, and there's no one around. This is getting scary, Orion.
Don't worry, I'm right here. But I just realized we're going to the museum.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. Am I just lost now?
No. You know where it is.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, as you continue to approach, you get to the front of where the saloon is, and you don't see anyone. It's too dark to notice anyone just kind of milling around. Colt is just nervously standing by you. If he had knees, they would be like clicking together. They would be shaking. You do see. So everyone else, you guys in the darkness, your eyes begin to adjust, and you see two figures walking, and they come to a stop in front of the saloon. One is much taller than the other one, and has that odd shape with lightly glowing eyes.
Kimberly,
Yeah.
keep your guns out.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Orion?
Orion, you hear the soft voice of Penny just calling out from across the street.
Penny! Okay, I just turn over and see them.
Yeah, you do see them as they kind of like emerge from behind like a bush. On the other side, there's like a bench and places to sit and stuff. But you just see their heads just kind of pop out from behind the bush.
Oh, thank gosh. Okay. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we're good.
We are.
I see you brought a demon bird.
Hello.
Oh yeah, he's gonna help us. Have you guys been able to figure out anything?
I
Well,
think we were waiting for you.
All we know so far is everybody's asleep, and Kimberly's a bad shot.
I am not a bad shot.
She's a
Then
crap
how do you explain the power outage, Kimberly?
She
We all
meant to
have-
do that. Do you know how hard it is to shoot a wire?
Do you know how hard it is to shoot a wire?
You can
She wanted
land
to
a
give
hit
us
on
the
a
cover
rabbit,
of
okay?
night.
Yes, I can. Thank you, Orion.
But that's all we know.
Well, there was briefly some other shadow dude who pointed at the hotel.
Wait, yours actually interacted with you?
I mean, barely. He wouldn't get close to me. He just pointed at the hotel and disappeared.
It's more than we got. I just know something was in my house.
Well, did you try to say hello?
When I turned around, it fled.
Okay. So I'm thinking, whatever's going on, it's going on at that hotel.
Colt, what do you think?
I don't think of anything.
But aren't you here to help?
I am here to help. I
Can you
will.
help?
I will help.
He
Oh.
says that place is evil.
Yes.
I mean,
And
that's a matter of opinion, but
I agree with it.
well, of course.
Why is it evil?
Because it's taking away from the beautiful desert that
I
is
was
already
asking-
around us.
I was asking Colt. I want to know what his reason is for thinking it's evil.
Fine.
Well, he is right. It is taking away from the beautiful scenery. It's also slowly sucking out the life force of everyone here.
Oh,
Is that
Oh.
why everybody's asleep?
Wait, what? Colt? What now?
The life
So-
force.
But I need it.
Yes, most living things need life to live.
How quickly does this life-sucking thing happen?
Well, you all felt it. You all saw.
We did.
Yes. It's not very quick. But when there's this many people, that's a lot of life force.
So
What
we
is the
gotta
casino
hurry,
doing
right?
with all the life force?
Don't know?
You're here to help, right?
Yes.
How? Do you know how you're supposed to help us?
No.
Are you a good shot?
What does that mean?
Like, like if we were to give you a gun,
No, Frankie. Enough with the guns.
I'm willing to try anything.
It's okay. Just keep explaining.
His giant feather hands are just kind of like waving fingers for a moment.
Yeah,
Looking at you guys.
let's not give the bird demon a gun.
So is it the casino exactly? Is it actually the casino that's sucking life, or is it something in the casino that's sucking out the life?
I don't know. I can just feel it.
Okay.
Are you?
Are you guys all just kind of standing out in the middle of the street?
I thought we were kind of off
By
off
the
road.
bushes.
Okay. So as you guys kind of gathered in like the town square little park area near like the bushes and the benches where you guys were kind of hiding before. You may continue. I just wanted to specify where you guys are standing right now.
Why? Is there anybody coming? You like doing anything?
No, I was just curious
Oh,
if
okay.
you were just standing in the middle of the street having this conversation.
So
Probably more or less.
I'm gonna ask Colt. So you're obviously new here, and you don't know very much. Do you know
Yes.
how you ended up in this form? And are you stuck in it?
I woke up in a very small room. I was surrounded by a darkness. I left the room, and then it was very bright outside. People kept calling me David?
Well,
Saying, David, why are you still wearing that? David, are you going to be at the pep rally?
David's the
David.
mascot. He's the one who usually wears what you're in.
Oh, well, that makes sense, I suppose. And then I fell very far, and then I wandered around, but I was still covered in that darkness. So I drew pretty pictures, but then the pretty pictures started drinking all that food, and I didn't know how to stop it. So I went to get help. People just kept getting scared of me. Then I saw you three going into one of the places I drew a pretty picture, and I needed to stop you because it was eating everything.
You drew. Okay, so that was you.
I drew a pretty picture with the darkness that was on me.
Is there any more darkness on you?
Not anymore. I cleaned most of it off.
Good.
where at?
In the room I came from.
Which is where? Do you remember?
The large building on the top there. And he points back up towards the school.
To the school? Okay. Again, are we committed to this form, or is there a way for you to be something different?
I don't know. I've never tried.
I think we should try, guys. We can't take him around like this.
I think he's fine. Who's gonna complain?
Well, if he can
obvious.
transform into something that doesn't make his head fall off, that could be helpful.
His head falls off.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
And what's inside?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, demon bird.
Okay.
I need Frankie, Clay, Kimberly, and Penny. I need you four to roll brains for me.
Brains?
Yeah. Okay. This is a group roll, so there's no adversity tokens for this one. I just wanted to see who saw. Okay. So, Frankie and Penny, out of kind of frustration of this conversation, you start kind of looking around in your general surroundings. You notice two people coming from the area where the funicular normally is, just coming around the corner. As they walk, they have these clipboards, and they're just writing things as they're looking around.
Can we make it inside, back into the saloon?
You are across the street at the moment.
Can we duck, like, shh, and get down behind the, we're like in a park, right? I'm assuming there's some sort of shrubbery, greenery that we can kind of duck behind?
Yeah, you can hide behind the bushes that you were behind, like, in front of before.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Guys, there's live ones right there. Shh.
as you duck down behind the shrubbery and look in the direction, they're kind of like ambling around. You see one of them walk into the saloon, just at the doorway, looking around, occasionally writing a note onto the clipboard. As you're looking in their direction, you're trying to look at their faces, but you can't quite make it out in the darkness. As one of them passes into the moonlight, Orion, roll brains for me. Four. For the 4, the person has no face. A faceless humanoid looking around as if it were looking at things, but there's no face. It's just a blanche palette.
Well, can add that to the list of the weird things tonight.
Looking at them, they are wearing these light blue uniforms with a slightly pink trim to them. And on the back is the logo of the Chernbelo Bay Resort and Casino.
I knew it!
As they're moving around, one of them stops as the other one continues on, and it's in like upper torso turns in the direction of where you guys are at the moment.
Shh, shh.
I need you guys to roll flight. See how quiet you're being. Ooh. Wow. Those are good rolls, guys.
Be very, very quiet.
As you guys kind of like wait for a moment, the thing backs off, turns, and continues to walk down the street. You see another 2 coming around another corner and just kind of patrolling the general area, walking into every single building. One of them just walks right up the stairs of Town Hall and opens the door and continues in.
Are they like clear? Can we say something?
Yes, at this point they are far away now.
Okay. Y'all, I don't think we have much of another choice here. We probably need to get to the resort.
Yeah. So, question: Are those, to the game master? Are those the things that we saw in our houses?
No,
No. Okay.
no, this is a completely different thing.
Okay.
Okay. We have several things, right? We need to figure out what's going on at the resort, we have a very conspicuous bird, and his head falls off. So we should probably try to do something about that. Because if his head falls off, he can't be much help to us, I'm assuming. Right?
Well,
Right.
One of you could wear me.
So, like out of all of us, did we establish who's like the tallest? Like who would?
What are you
fit
guys doing?
in a costume
Nose
like that?
goes.
The costume itself has adjustable straps, so and anyone from like 5'7" to 6'2" can wear the costume.
I'm not
I'm
stepping.
5'2". I'm out.
I'm not stepping into the demon bird.
Orion, you're in that range.
I will try this.
Okay.
I pull Orion aside, and I put my hand on his shoulder. Good luck, man.
Thank you. No, I trust him. He's here to help.
As he turns around, he removes his head, and the back unzips and it kind of like unfurls on its own.
Okay, here we go.
You step into the costume, and the moment you get inside, it's like rigidity, the thing that kept it like mobile, gives way, and it turns into a costume, something that you can physically wear. And you put the helmet on, you look around, and you just hear Colt. Is it working?
You still here, Colt?
I am. Wait a moment.
Can we all hear him, or is
Yes,
it just
all
him?
all of you hear Colt.
I have a question. Is the costume like articulated? Does like the beak move when Colt speaks?
I would say yeah. There's a mesh where the mouth where the eyes are. The beak never closes enough that you can't see out of it, but you can tell when he's talking because the beak is kind of like closing.
Okay, so like if Orion is speaking, it's rigid, but if Colt is talking, okay.
Correct. And as you walk in, Orion, what's a power that Colt can use
Ooh.
while you are inside the costume?
I think immediately the first thing I'll try to do is just lift off and fly.
As Colt's wings expand, how many tokens would you like to use for Colt's ability? You have 7.
Oh, right. I'll do 2.
With 7 powered tokens, you use 2 of them to try and achieve lift. Let me make these all center. There we go. So using 2, you feel a strange surge, and you see the eyes on Colt change from a bright gold to a light blue color, and it kind of envelops its entire being. The feathers that were tattered on the costume itself seem to gain new life, and new ones seem to sprout along with them, as if healing the costume from what it once was. And as Orion flaps the wings, he takes off.
He can fly.
Orion, you can fly for about 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. So, I'm kind of ignoring everything at the moment and just like ecstatic I'm in the air. Soaring.
Well, if they didn't know we were here before, they know we're here now. So we should all... Well, he's doing that. Should we run?
Yes.
We should go.
We should leave it.
Let's run toward the casino, like right now.
So it's interesting that you say that, because the moment the costume just like jettisons itself up into the air, you watch as all of the strange faceless beings around the space turn in the direction of where it came, and they're all looking up. From the area where you would expect a mouth, a gaping hole opens up, and you just hear from each one of them and a strange golden light begins to issue from the mouth.
We've got
almost like a fire, and then streams of flames just start shooting up in the direction of Orion.
Let's hop on our bikes and go.
Let's go.
We're out.
You guys jump onto your bikes and begin to pedal as fast as you can. I need everyone to roll flight. Orion, literally.
That's my strongest.
Nice. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh yikes. I'll spend both of them. Why not?
Okay. So that's a 3. Not a total failure, so that's okay. Same with Penny, not a total failure. So as you guys begin to move, Frankie, Penny kind of parked her bike really close to yours, and in attempting to like pull it away, they kind of get locked on each other's chains for a moment. As the creatures are just shooting fire up in the direction of Orion. Orion is just deathly like barrel rolling and spinning in the sky. As you guys quickly manage to unhinge the two bikes, you hop on and begin to ride, not towards the funicular, but towards the downward like slope that'll probably be quicker than the funicular at this point. That's at the south part of town. As you ride across past different streets, you see different people of these strange, faceless people from the Chernbelo Bay Resort. Looking around, and occasionally one will notice you, and you'll hear that strange creaking noise from the throat, just kind of grasping at air that isn't there.
Can I do something like as we're taking off? I turn back and shout to Orion, "You know where we're going!"
Right.
So Orion, you begin to fly in the direction of the hotel. As you do, the mesh outlay of the costume itself is fairly translucent, so you have a pretty good visual of your exterior, including your periphery. You're not just like isolated to like the beak area, although that is the easiest area to look out of. Where are we going?
We're going to the casino.
All right. What about your friends?
I look down. Do I see anyone particularly in trouble down there?
At the moment, no. You see Penny and Frankie are like in the back of the pack. Penny having a little bit of trouble with the giant chainsaw that is currently strapped to her back. But the rest of them are going pretty quickly down the streets, and once they turn the corner in towards like the slope, they gain speed very rapidly, and they're just going down.
Okay. I'll keep flying, but just kind of try to be as parallel with them as possible, kind of thing.
Sure. As you get to, as all of you kind of get to the outskirts of town, passing the signs and stuff, you don't see any more signs of the strange, faceless people. You're now kind of on the bridge in between the town and the resort, or the slope that leads up to the resort. The strange, ominous blue and pink lights that cascade onto the backdrop have this odd hypnotic energy to it, but all of you seem to be able to shake off whatever it's trying to do. You pass over the bridge, brand new, but within pedestrian areas of the bridge, you hear a rattle as you continue to speed through. Orion occasionally swooping down and floating. Orion, you're finding flying a lot simpler than you thought it was going to be.
I'm just taking this all in. I'm
living it. As you guys get to the base of the hotel, it is 3 slopes that go upwards with no visible lifts or assistance. Riding your bikes is probably not possible. You're going to have to walk. It's going to be a bit of a hike for you guys. Orion's flying, so he's fine. So I need everyone to roll brawn for me. Okay. So the inclines aren't out of human possibility, so you all did succeed. Clay, you found a renewed second wind that allows you to pedal at the head of the pack. The rest of you are walking your bikes up the side of the slopes. Orion, you get to the top slope. At the top of the slope itself, there is a gate that bars entry into the hotel. You can easily fly over it, but your companions may have a tougher time getting through. Do you fly over, or do you land outside of it?
Looking around, are there individuals guarding it?
There is a small guardhouse with a couple of lights on the exterior, but doesn't seem to be anyone manning it at this point, as the hotel's not open yet. I don't think they're expecting any company.
Okay. Can I just kind of fly over the other side and just land and see if I can unlock it from there?
Sure. As you make it to the opposite side of the fence, at about this point is when you lose your flight.
Okay. So
you walk over to the gate, like little guard house, and there's a series of levers and buttons, just kind of in a small console. Roll brains for me. Ooh, very nice.
Ooh.
Very, very nice. You get in, and there's a big shiny button that says open.
It's destiny.
You hit the button, and the gate, a small light on the exterior turns green, and the gate slides open. You wait 20 minutes or so. In the time that you're waiting, Colton hasn't said a word. You look out from the gatehouse you see Coyote Canyon, the town, on the opposite side of the cliff. Occasionally, you see it waver and shimmer, and in its place, a beautiful bay. Stretching the ocean space, stretching for miles in every direction. And then it would shimmer and turn back to Coyote Canyon proper.
Colt, you still here?
Of course I am. Where would I go?
Can you see Coyote Canyon changing at all?
Occasionally.
What do you see?
I see what you see.
I think that's comforting enough.
At this point, you see your companions huffing and puffing, but making it up the hill and through the gate.
What took you guys so long?
Up and bikes. Hill. I was paddling so dang much.
You guys need a minute?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That would be preferable.
You kind of step out of the gatehouse and see your companions all just huffing and puffing. The Colt, the back opens, and so does like the head of the costume, the legs and the arms all also open, and he kind of like steps out and closes behind him.
I still don't like this.
At that right there, I just give him a huge hug.
He kind of like crumples because there's nothing on the interior. So he flops to the side a little bit, and the head just kind of rolls off.
Okay.
So disturbing.
Help! I'm rolling away.
I get the head again and put it on him, and I just say, "Thank you. I always wanted to do that."
Of course. He like secures his head back on himself. Well, we are here.
Is there a way to help him with that? so his head doesn't go tumbling? Like, does anyone have anything that can help secure it?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have anything like that.
Let me see. I've got this ace bandage. Maybe we can kind of tie it around.
Do you think it'll interfere with, whatever just happened?
Well, I mean, would you just take the clip off when someone's gonna wear the skin of a demon?
I'll totally do it again if no one else wants to.
Should we try it? What do you guys think?
I mean, we
Ace
sure?
bandaging it? Sure, yeah.
Why not?
Okay. Who's doing bandaging?
I'm not. Anyone?
I will.
All right.
And I try to.
Okay. Penny, go.
There you go.
Where's my? There we go. Penny, go ahead and roll brawn for me to securely fasten it. Okay. It's not bad. You wrap it kind of like an X across. It doesn't bother with his eyes, and you kind of wrap it underneath his arms, making it like a little, like backpack that holds the head in place. That feels better. I can articulate. Look how far I can bend.
I don't.
Good job.
That's a natural.
Awesome.
Okay. Now what? Question, GM. We weren't supposed to be here. Like, we were invited to come, but we weren't supposed to be here till the next day? Okay. So we don't really have any natural cover. How do we
We should
do this?
find the band, let them out from probably whatever prison cell they're trapped in, and then burn the place down. What exactly do you think we should do, Cole?
I'm not sure, but if it'll help, I'll help you.
Yes, that would be very helpful. Once we figure out what needs to be done.
Do you need something to burn?
No,
Not yet.
We'll get there, Cole.
I do like the idea of finding the band. They're probably here under duress.
Do you think when we let them out, they'll perform for us?
Maybe after all this is said and done, they'll be
Yeah,
so
let's go,
grateful
guys.
that they
Let's-
will.
Should we find a way in then in that case?
We should probably head
Yeah.
inside.
Are you guys Blam fans?
What?
I mean, yeah, they're pretty cool.
I've seen enough after school specials to know that if you save a rock band in time for their concert, they still do the concert.
I
See?
saw that episode of Scooby-Doo too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could help them.
Okay.
So, the exterior of the resort is kind of like an L shape. The point of the L is facing the gate. There is kind of like a roadside pickup curb with like where a valet station would be, but instead of a valet in this case, there you see on the small turnaround, there is a set of like, not trolleys, what's a small tram that would go over to Coyote Canyon and pick people up and bring them all the way up here. And you see about 4 or 5 different little trams with like 8 to 9 carts each, just kind of lined up on the exterior. The L-shaped building goes for quite a ways to your left and to your right. And then behind it, there are 3 towers. Each one is coated in a different hue of color. The shortest one, the one on the left, is a bright like teal blue. The one on the the one on the left is a teal blue. The one on the right is a bright pink, and then the one in the middle has a kind of a mixture of both of the lights hitting it, and it is the tallest tower. There's no parking lot up here. The parking lot you guys passed when you crossed over from the bridge.
Okay.
This hotel's huge,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty far along.
Do you think it's unlocked?
It's only one way to find out.
Let's go.
Okay.
So you guys.
Although, do you think we should try a back door instead of just...
Nope. And I walk all the way up to like the front, like entranceway.
Oh.
Clay just starts walking up to the front doors.
They're gonna know we're here, though.
I'm pretty sure. I shout back at Kimberly. I'm pretty sure they're already aware that we're here.
Okay. Whatever. Just... I guess I follow.
Okay. Are all of you following?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Colt kind of canters behind you guys, his head no longer falling off. As Clay, the front doors slide open. You are met in a very large entryway. There is a small reception desk directly in front of you, and there is a young woman currently seated at the desk. She looks like she's working on some paperwork or something. And there's a couple of busboys just doing business, cleaning things, getting things ready. The tiles here are like that laminated vinyl that's just kind of splattered all over in gaudy like colors for the entranceway. There's a huge sculpture that has different waterfalls cascading off of it into a small like pond area. And from this area, you can also see the second floor of this space. There's a couple of signs that point to the left saying buffet. Another sign pointing directly behind the counter that's kind of in the middle of the space that says pools. And then off to your right, there's a large entryway and it says casino over it. And bright lights that are kind of like changing different colors and hues of blues and pinks. So it's busy. There's people doing stuff here.
You know, if I wasn't so freaked out, I'd probably like this place.
I've more or less decided this is all a dream. I'm still at home asleep. So, I think we should just walk on in. I don't think anyone's gonna notice.
Okay, well, I don't think it's a dream.
I think if anybody says anything, we just say we're here to cash in our tokens. What are they going to do?
That's a good idea.
They're not going to do a thing.
Wait,
Sure.
y'all got tokens?
Yeah, didn't you?
Oh, Orion, by the way, and
I got
I take him. I want to take him close to me and be like, hey, I know. Actually, let's not do this way. Here, and then I'm gonna just like stuff back into his hands the envelope from yesterday. That shouldn't be opened, right? My dad didn't rifle through it; he just stole it.
No, he definitely opened it and he took
He
out
opened
the
it up?
chips. Yeah. I'm assuming you're putting the chips back in and...
Hey, I know we came to burn this place down, so I'm not sure what value these are going to be to you. But before you hand that envelope away this time, you should read the letter inside of it.
I take a moment to read.
It's the same letter that everyone else got.
Yeah. And I think long and hard for the moment. And look at Frankie and I'm like, thank you. But then I give it back.
You don't want $250, man?
Them chips. It's bad juju. Not for me.
I mean, I'll take it.
You take the chips back from Orion. You guys are all doing this at the entryway, by the way.
Can I go try to
So
cash in
subtle.
my chips at
Also,
the front desk?
see, what is it? I was thinking, like, at least for me, I feel like I kind of want to hold Colt back for a second and see if anyone reacts to Clay walking around or anything.
Okay. You guys are all...
at the door.
You guys are kind of like at the doors. The sliding doors are occasionally trying to close, but they like open back up because you guys are standing at them. Clay
Well,
is...
I walked in, and
Right,
Kimberly's like right behind me for some reason.
Right. You guys are kind of like walking in, and then Frankie and Orion are having this moment, and all the while the lady at the front desk is going,
Hi.
Hi.
"Hello, welcome to the resort and hotel. How may I assist you?
We want to cash our chips.
Of course. And may I have your name?
Frankie,
Frankie.
Moss.
Frankie Moss.
Might be under
Yes.
Frank Moss.
I have you on the list. And you are? And she points over to Clay.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Clay Owens.
Clay Owens. Yes, you are also on the list.
I'm not surprised.
And you three?
Penny, go first.
I'm Miss Mary.
Which one?
Hmm. The younger one. What do you mean, which one?
What's your first name, dear?
Penny.
Penny. Beautiful name. You are on the list.
Hmm.
And you are? Points at you, Kimberly.
Kimberly Loot.
Kimberly. Also a beautiful name. You're on the list. And you, sir? She points at Orion.
Also, she's not reacting to Colt.
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you have to have a last name?
Not necessarily. It depends on
Orion.
what Orion. Just kind of flips through the pages a few times. Oh, yep, I have you here.
Okay.
And you are? She points at Colt.
This is my dad, Frank.
Beautiful costume.
We told him it was a costume party as a joke.
Good
I
one.
thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. So did we.
Frank Moss, you are also on the list. Welcome. Your rooms are ready.
Rooms?
Yes.
I don't recall making a reservation.
You all have reservations.
Oh,
It's an all-inclusive stay, guys.
that's right. Silly me, forgetting things, important things.
Your keys are on that counter, and she points over to the counter next to the sliding doors, and there are 7 keys.
Can we visit the buffet before?
I'm gonna grab my key.
The resort's open to you.
7 keys.
Yes.
How do we know which key belongs to who?
Your name's on the key.
What's the okay? I want to look at all the keys. I'll grab mine, but I want to see they have the
Yeah,
names.
the odd
like,
key.
What's
is
the
what I'm
odd
curious
key?
of.
So one says Clay, Penny, Orion, Kimberly, Frankie, Colt, Frank.
Huh.
Well, all right. Well,
Let's go to our rooms. Thank you, ma'am.
I thought you said
Of
we're going to the
course.
buffet first.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to the buffet first.
Yeah.
So as you guys enter the room, your luggage has already been placed in your room. So if you need anything, do let me know.
Will do.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
what's your name again?
Will do.
My name is Nancy.
Nancy.
Well, thank you kindly, Nancy.
As she's smiling in your guys' directions, she goes back to working.
You guys want to go to Colt's room?
Sure.
I
Let's
was
do
thinking
that.
the same thing.
Okay.
Our luggage?
Gotta go
I'm curious.
Time.
Yeah, what luggage?
I
I didn't bring anything other than my back.
I kind of don't want to go to any of those rooms because they kind of seem like they're going to be like
Terrifying?
personalized prisons for each one of us that like plays off of our individual fears and locks us in for all eternity and turns us into costume people.
That's terrifying.
But we should find the band's room.
We totally should. That would be cool. But we should check Colt's room first and then look for the band.
Okay.
That works for me.
Sure.
Is there anything obviously odd about
the hotel just standing in it?
Standing inside of it and looking around, the walls themselves are plastered in wallpaper. It's all kind of gaudy. There are pictures of like Coyote Canyon in a couple of spaces. There's pictures of places you guys have never seen before. Nothing looks out of the ordinary though. It's just like oceanfront vistas, that kind of thing. A couple of paintings here and there.
I'm gonna take a closer look at the pictures they have of Coyote Canyon real quick.
Sure. You approach a couple of the pictures of Coyote Canyon, and on it, they look very old. It looks like they're blown up photographs of classic like photos that you've probably seen at the museum or the library.
Okay.
But nothing that's unusual.
Did we get a good look at Nancy's list? Was it like on a clipboard? Was it a book?
She had a book, and it was in her hands. You guys never saw it behind her.
Did she cash out our tokens or just give us our rooms?
She just
Just
gave
the
us her
rooms.
rooms.
Oh. Can I get my money first before I get, like, murdered?
You can do what you like. The casino is on your right. The rooms are past the pool area.
I'm gonna go get that $500 then.
Are we allowed in the casino, seeing as we're underage?
You're not sure?
Does anybody want to try to steal her list while I distract her with money?
With what money, Frankie?
With the money she's gonna be counting out for me. $500 is a lot of dollars.
Wait, but I thought we had to go to the casino.
The tokens, you go to the casino for that.
Like, what? We don't gamble it. Like, I'm assuming we
No.
just cash it in.
But we have to cash him in at the casino.
At the casino, Nancy's not gonna help us?
No.
Yeah,
Nancy.
I know. Nice try though.
We'll figure out what to do with her later. Let's do this. Let's get a good look around and then go see the creepy rooms.
Okay.
So
Alright.
casino first then, or Colt's room?
I feel like
You want your money?
I kind of want my money.
Okay, let's go to the casino.
Let's go to the casino first. I don't think we should
Let's
split
go
up.
somewhere.
No.
So all of you start moving in the direction of the casino. Nancy doesn't seem to bat an eye as you walk through the double doors onto your right. You enter a very large room filled with all kinds of different games. Occasionally, you'll hear the ringing of slot machines going off as the casino has people in it.
Anyone we recognize?
Looking around the space, go ahead and roll brains, Kimberly. Three. That's an adversity token.
Yeah.
You don't seem to notice anyone that you recognize offhand. A lot of people are wearing like very nice suits and just gambling. There's probably inside of this. It's a very large casino. There's probably about 100 people.
A lot of people are already here, even though we
Was-
weren't invited
was-
to come till tomorrow.
I was gonna say tomorrow was opening night, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Frankie, where do we need to cash in your chips or whatever?
I thought it was Nancy. You guys told me. I'm not sure.
Is there
Is there any obvious like
There
exchange
is.
counter sort of thing?
So there is in the center of the room. There's a large circular space that has kind of like these grates in front of it, and like small teller boxes on top. It says teller in large like font letters with bright lights on it. Occasionally, you'll see someone walk up with a bunch of chips or like wads of cash, and they trade and exchange.
Can I go up and knock?
Yeah. So you approach the teller boxes. You go up to one that isn't. It's not relatively full or anything like that. And there is a young man on the interior. He is kind of like looking through a few of the chips. Like his back is turned to you at the moment.
Hey, young man.
He turns around. It's Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Hello, welcome to the Chernbelo Bay Resort and Casino. My name is Josh. How may I help you?
Josh, you didn't tell me you got a job here.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Josh. I have $500 in tokens here that I'd like to exchange, if you could.
Of course. Are you going to be gambling with us tonight?
No, that's why I'm exchanging them.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you sure I can't give you some incentive to gamble with us tonight?
What would the incentive be?
I can give you 100 extra tokens.
So, like, and each token's an additional $5, so
Yes.
that'd be $1,000 total.
Wait, what?
Each token, you said it was
Yes,
100
correct.
extra tokens, and then
Yeah.
so it'd be okay. So $1,000 worth of tokens.
They are not. You can't exchange them, unfortunately. You'll have to use them in play.
So, and then
But once they're used, any money you get in return, that's money right there.
But I'm assuming I'd have to gamble the total 1,000 in that case. We're in a hard bargain here, Josh. Josh, one of my best and oldest friends, Josh. Sure, Josh, you've convinced me. I am going to go try my luck with $1,000.
He kind of reaches down and he pulls up a small caddy of black tokens. They're not tokens, sorry. They're poker chips, and he slides them in your direction. You can use them in any of our tables, or they are also redeemable at the what are they called?
Slot machines?
Slot machines. That's it.
Thank you, Josh. When your shift's over, let me know.
Hey, Frankie, can I
Over?
talk to you first? It's okay.
Sure. What's up, Kimberly?
No, go ahead. Finish your conversation. We'll talk in a minute.
No, I was saying that as I was walking away. I think
Oh.
Josh has had his mind eaten by the demons that are after us.
Okay. So, hey, Frankie, please don't play with those chips. I feel like it's going to be a really bad idea.
You think they take over your mind with the chips?
Maybe.
Bad juju.
It is extremely possible, especially considering he really wanted you to play some of these games. And since you know him and he doesn't know you, it might be a really bad idea to possibly make the same mistake that he might have made. So let's just hold off.
Gee, I'm seeing dollar signs right now, though, Kimberly. Like, think about it. One good win is all we need.
No, but what if
That's just it.
the thing about this casino is it just like
$1,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, but I
Hey,
can't.
shut up. What happens if this place just sucks you in? Like, he doesn't even know if your shift is ever gonna be over. What is that telling
Before
you?
you know
Maybe
it,
time stands still.
Tell you,
you're
I'll
gonna
tell-
be
I'll tell you
behind
what.
that desk with a weird, ugly gray suit.
He
You won't
actually
know
has a
what
point.
happened.
I'll tell you what.
So,
Good point.
thank
I'm gonna
you.
put these $1,000 worth of tokens in my backpack,
Okay.
and then once we somehow cleanse this place of its demonic energy, I'm gonna come cash in 1,000 tokens instead.
That is fair. I
Well, you gotta
Okay.
play the black ones. The other
Okay.
ones you can redeem.
But
still.
let's just put them in the backpack first, and then we'll talk
Like if I
about.
try another teller, I can still. We'll deal with this later.
Yeah, deal with this later.
Really quick, looking around at the people, whether we know them or not, do they look like they've been here for a long time? Like, are they starting to smell? Do their clothes look like they've been wearing them forever? Is there any indication that they've just not moved from these spots?
Every person you see is a prim, pressed, clean, happy.
Alright.
I don't like this.
Honestly,
I'm
if they're
gonna
happy
try to
here,
talk
who are
to
we to
one of
take
them.
away their happiness?
Frankie!
All right. You approach. Are you just approaching a random person?
I'm just gonna approach a lady that's on one of the slot machines.
Okay. There is a young woman wearing a beautiful red dress. She has kind of this tossed back red hair that has like these heavy curls to it. She's wearing bright red lipstick, and she looks like $1 million playing on the slot machine. She has a tray of different colored chips. A couple of the stacks are black, but she is playing them in the slot machines. And as she puts one in, you approach.
I puffle my hair a little bit, feeling a little underdressed for the situation. Excuse me.
Oui?
Oh boy. Do you know where the bathroom is?
Je n'entendais anglais.
Okay. All right. I just move away.
Nessie. She kind of waves and she continues to play on the slot machine.
So I move back to the group. Well, their mental facilities seem to be okay, except that she speaks French. Which is fine. I just can't understand her. So
Fair.
I think we can revisit this later. Let's go save the band.
Let's go see Colt's room.
Yeah, that.
As you guys start to leave the casino, Frankie.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll grit.
Sure.
With an 8, you feel like you see the rest of the group moving ahead of you. As you take one look back at the casino, and you feel like you could really win.
I'll be back.
I grab Frankie's arm and
worried.
I pull them along. I'm like, get over here.
And you guys do exit the casino successfully.
I told you.
Back in the main entranceway, you still do have the pool areas, then the buffet, and the actual hotel rooms that you can go to.
I grab. Is Colt holding his key? Who has Colt's key?
Colton, pick it up. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Is it still at the table then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I go over and I grab the key for Colt's room and I check to see what room number it is.
So there's Colt's key and then there's Frank's key right next to it.
Take both.
Yeah, I grab both of them.
Okay. Colt's.
I didn't do that before. I'll just put it in my bag.
So all of you guys see that your keys say T1 and then your room numbers, respectively. So the T1 corresponds to Tower 1. That's the shortest tower on the left. And then your room numbers are relatively close to each other. They're all on the first floor. Like room numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As no one's supposed to check in yet. You guys got the first rooms. Colt's room number says B37.
It's in the other tower.
No.
What about Frank?
The
Basement?
the towers are signified by T1, 2, and 3.
Basement.
B37. Frank's says T2. Room 1.
Well, should we go to the basement then, guys?
Yeah, I guess.
Is Nancy still at her desk?
Yeah, she's still just working on papers and stuff like that. You guys are through what?
Everybody hang on a second. I think we're
getting
Cutting a bit.
Yeah.
Just hang tight. Let this catch up. Here. Do that for a second. And there we go. Are we back?
Okay.
All right. There we go. We're good.
Yeah, so Nancy's still at the front desk. She's working on papers. You're not entirely sure what she's doing, but she's up there.
She's working on papers. Is her back to her notebook?
No. She's working in the notebook.
Okay. All right, let's go to the basement.
So, which way are you guys going?
We're to the
Elevator,
tower, I
guess.
think.
Later.
Go to the elevator.
So,
Yeah, wherever the elevator is.
So-
there's no elevator in this room.
Isn't the the L shape separate from the what we're in and separate from the towers? So we need to exit and go towards the towers.
Correct.
Okay.
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 So, the rooms themselves are past the pool area, so you'll have to pass the pool area to get to the actual towers of the rooms.
All right, let's go.
So, as you exit, you kind of go around the back of the secretary's station, and there's more sets of like sliding glass doors. They kind of open, and you guys exit. Out here, it is probably 3 or 4 Olympic-sized pools set in different stations that cascade into each other. And there's a small fountain, and then there's a bar at the center of the middle pool, where there's a bartender currently working there. There's people lounging around in the pool at the moment.
No, that's cool.
Again, anyone we recognize?
Roll brains.
Can I look too, or is that a one-person thing?
It's a one person. Fortunately, with a 3. That is an adversity token, unless you'd like to use an adversity token.
Yeah, I'll use one.
Oh, okay. Then with a 4, looking around at the pool area itself, you do notice. Let me pull them up. Yeah, there we go. You see a young man. He's kind of on an inner tube, just chatting it up with some other people that are nearby. He is Andy Timberland. He's the guy that owns the Decamart. The kind of like the quick stop next to the gas station. He owns a little mart there that people down at the resident area usually go to like get a quick bit of grocery or snacks or stuff. He's just floating around in an inner tube at the middle pool.
So I guess I'll point that out to everybody else, that at least there's one person that we know for sure is from the town already here.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop to talk to him because I don't want to. So, yeah.
So, which tower are you guys going to?
Tower 1, I think. It's still B37. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't that right? Because it said T1 B37?
No, it's Tower 1 on your guys' keys. His just says B37.
Oh. Okay, well.
But there's 3 towers. Ours has T1.
Yep.
Frank's, who is an adult, has T2.
Yep.
Oh, we have no key that says
And so
T3.
but that's probably where the basement is then. If they're keeping like the teens and the adults in separate towers, the 3rd tower is probably for staff and any other crazy stuff that's going on.
True.
Probably.
Okay.
So we should try that one first.
So I've got Colt's key. I'm gonna actually run back into the lobby, and I'm gonna talk to Nancy and ask her what B is.
Okay. So you run back into the lobby. Are we having?
Yeah.
A
you guys
little
are talking
bit, yeah.
again.
Yeah. Are we doing that a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're cutting out. I think everybody else is still okay.
Gabby, you, Nelly,
All 3 of
and
you guys.
Emil
It's
are
you
all
3, yeah.
choppy.
Yeah. Us 3 are pretty choppy.
Okay. It's about time for the second break. We could go into that, or we can just try to power through.
Let's push through for a little bit longer.
Okay.
So you run back in to talk to Nancy, as she's still at the desk doing a few different things with paperwork. What do you say?
Hey, Nance. Do you have a
Yes.
second? Yeah,
Of course.
Our friend's key says B37. Which way is that?
B37? Well, that can't be right.
That's what the key says.
Huh. I'm not entirely sure. let me go get someone for me. As she kind of stands
Oh
up.
no, that's all right. That's all right, Nance. I think we can figure it out.
Are you sure, darling?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. If you need me, I can always get security to help you out.
Oh, I'm sure. I know where to find you.
She kind of sits back and continues doing whatever she's doing.
So I head back to everybody else.
Okay. You guys are all still standing out at the pool area as Clay comes back.
Yeah. So Nancy, bless her heart, offered to get security to help us find B-37.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
We don't talk to her anymore.
Yeah, I think we're done with her.
Why don't we just go into a tower, and since we'll be on the ground floor, let's just see if any of them go down. We'll try Tower 1, Tower 2, and then if neither of those work, Tower 3 would probably be our best bet. Maybe they all connect to the same basement, who knows?
Yeah, and we probably have to find a service elevator, just in case any guest elevators wouldn't go to the basement.
That's what my bet is, but
Good idea.
All right, let's try.
Let's go.
Alright, which tower are you guys going to do?
let's try Tower 1 first.
Okay. So you guys approach Tower 1. It's a very similar entryway as the main building with the sliding doors. There is no receptionist, however. There is just a series of elevators. No staircases.
Huh. Okay.
There's about 6 elevators, 3 on each side.
Can we open one up and see what options we have?
You look
You
at
open one, I'll open another.
You look at the
See if they're
console.
different.
There is a place to put a key.
Oh.
Can you guys want to get into this elevator all together and let's try Colt's key?
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose
Sure.
That works.
that's how it's gonna work.
So you enter and all enter the elevator. You take out Colt's key and you try and place it in the space. It doesn't fit.
Darn.
I mean,
Tower 2 then?
yeah.
Tower 2.
I really don't want to go to my room because I'm afraid, like we said before, it's like,
When they set our
special.
belongings too?
Yeah. I feel like it's just a bad idea.
I think we probably need to see what's in one, though.
Alright, fine.
Well, we're in Tower 1. Do we want to check one of our rooms and see what's going on?
We'll check my room, but we won't go inside. We'll just
What if
look
the
in.
elevator opens into the room? I'm just saying.
No, because we have.
Well, we're on the ground
numbers.
floor, aren't we? Do we have to?
We don't
Go
know
up or
what
down
we're
it
gonna
is?
see in here.
Let's just go to my room.
Dude,
There is no rooms on this floor. You need to ride an elevator to get to the rooms.
Let's just
All
all
right.
pack in and go to Penny's
Sure.
room then.
Let's
Alright,
go to
so-
Penny's room.
Penny, you put in your key, and it turns. And the moment it turns, the doors start to close. The doors close, and
Do you
the
think
elevator,
someone should just... Sorry.
Okay.
the elevator goes up one floor, and it opens. You pull the key back out, and it's a series of rooms. It's like a hallway.
Okay.
Somebody stay in the elevator. Make sure the doors don't close. Clay, you have rope?
Yeah, I got rope.
Okay.
All right. Come with me.
All right.
And I don't know, whoever else wants to come can too, I guess.
I'll go with her too.
Someone
feel
stay
like-
with Cole.
You or me, Orion?
I feel like I would go with Penny, too.
Should I stay here with Colt then?
No one should leave Frankie alone. I'll stay with Frankie. I
Why
don't
don't
trust...
you leave me alone?
I don't trust you right now.
I'm with Colt. What don't you trust me
Hello.
with? Here. How
I'll
about
stay with you too. It's fine.
how about
Alright,
I put on Colt, and then if anything bad happens, we could just fly away.
I'll stay. It's better this way because then it's 3-on-3. It's split even.
Okay.
All right, so I go to
Uh,
my room.
Right
Alright.
before we leave, I get out my pack, and I give Colt my kaleidoscope.
Colt takes it in his hand.
Whenever I'm scared or stressed, I look at this. It calms me down.
He looks down, then he sticks the kaleidoscope up to one of the eyes. Pretty colors.
Yeah.
He's just kind of standing there going like this.
Okay.
All right, so you, Frankie and Kimberly and Colt are staying inside the elevator. The rest of you are heading down 3 doors, and that's Penny's room.
Okay.
The
All right.
the elevator doors are still open. Whoa, where?
Oh, can we literally be standing like between the doors? That way
That's what
they
I was gonna
can't
say. I
shut?
want my foot
Yeah,
at least
that's
my
fine.
foot on the door.
The doors aren't attempting to close.
Just in case, who knows?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys literally go like 3 doors down, and that's where Penny's room number is.
All right.
If
Okay,
you see
give me
any
a-
twins, don't play with them.
I'll keep that in mind, Orion.
Okay.
All right, Clay, give me an end of your rope.
Here.
I'm just gonna tie it around my waist
Okay.
because we all think these are demon rooms. You two hold that end. I
Alright, I got you.
will be offended if you can't pull me out of this room. I do not weigh that much.
Are you sure you want to go in by yourself?
I'm not planning
We
on
gotta
going
test
in.
it.
Planning on opening it and seeing what's inside.
Okay.
Penny, just go.
So I put the key in and I turn it and I open the door.
Door swings open. In the interior, you see your room.
Like from my house.
Yes.
Is anything different?
The windows are all looking out to like the hotel itself.
So I can see. Okay, so I can see the hotel from my
If
room.
you want to see more, you'd have to go further in.
All right, you guys. I need to see something. You guys have the trope, right?
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I take a step in.
You take a step into the room, and as you step into the room, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. So we will be right back with part 3 of episode 2 of Coyote Canyon. So stick with us. We'll be right back.